My question is, does the GPR use the GPS satellites or radar dishes or whatever is up there or around us? Does it use that information to tell me the altitude I'm on? And this is a question I need to answer. And plus, I'm going to do some other little tests throughout this video, so it's not just about that. And I'm also going to include some other G-Shocks for some fun. So if I go into the altimeter mode, I have manually set the altimeter purposely at about 700 meters, just for experiment reasons. So what I'm going to do, I will be setting the navigation, and I will drive down into the little village which is near me, and it means I'm going downhill. And I want to know what is the difference. That is one part of the test, and upon returning I'm going to show you a very cool feature that the GPR can do and you may not be aware of. So to compare the difference, I'm going to open up my Doogie and open an app which gives me my altitude, and it should load up pretty quickly. And as you can read, I am 99 meters. It also gives me my coordinates, so I was going to test both those things as well. So back to make sure that doesn't slide off. So we're back to the altimeter, and I just want to point out a few little things. This graph here is measuring between 200 meters, just to show you that. So pressing button A, I'm going to show you that I did go through the calibration. That was the screen I went through to adjust it, and I've set the interval for 5 seconds. So this will run for 1 hour as it is, and it will take a recording for the first 3 minutes. It will take a altitude recording every second, and after those 3 minutes it would run for 1 hour. I have that set on the 5 seconds because I would like that to be accurate, and I think that is all I need to do on there. I just need to calibrate it with the difference here. At the moment it's on +5 meters, so it's just a long press on button A, and that will zero it off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out of there, back to home screen, and I'm going to start the navigation because I want to upload this to the app and to see if it's recording 700 meters or is it using GPS data. So while that is faffing about looking for satellites, I thought I would test the Golf Master out. Get some focus there. So I need to push the mode button there, or the A, B, C and D button, because this has the dive meter, and it's showing it is 102 meters. Now I'm just going to calibrate that because I would like it to be as accurate as possible. So I'm at 99 meters. I'm just going to check that is every 5 seconds it is, and I'm happy with that. I push the crown back in. This is going to be, the second hand is a difference indicator, so just a long press on button A just to offset that. So that is running, so it'll be interesting to see what the difference on the Golf Master is. And I've also taken the original Rangeman, and I just want to show a few little tips in case you're not aware of how this works. Basically, there is a screen, it's called recall, and here by pressing the forward button now I can look at the maximum, the minimum height, and it gives me the ascending and descending. So to how this works correctly, what you need to do is go into the altimeter. Now this will need calibrating all the time because you've got different air temperatures, and this all changes with the weather as well. So this is something that really does need to be calibrated very often. So that's set on 5 seconds. I'm happy with that. And I've started the graph at the top, and there's a difference of +1, so I'm just going to hold button D down, and it's now zeroed it off. Now I can come out of there, and now I'm going to go to the recall where I've got the minimum and maximum. What I want to do now is set this absolutely clear all, just by holding long press on button A. Go back to home screen so we know where we are, and I'm going to start the altimeter there. So that's running. The Golf Master is running, and I've now got a signal. So what I want to do, I want to get a point memo as well. Yes, it's all happening. I'm doing it all live, and I'm just going to get a point memo, and there it is. I'm going to set an icon, yes, and I think yes, that's a good icon, so let's use that one there. If you didn't see, it just had the reading in meters. It was showing 91 meters. Anyway, so I'm going to drive down and just see what the difference is, and at the end of the test I will upload these readings on here, information onto the app, and see it from both sides. Okay, I'm now in the village car park, so I'm going to stop the navigation on this, and we'll update that, as I said, later in the video. But just out of curiosity, I'm going to check the altimeter and see what I have here. So that is interesting. It is showing 53 meters with a difference of 647 meters. Now, has the GPS updated the altimeter? Now, looking on the app, I am now at 63 meters, and I will calculate this all for you and put it on the display. And having some focus here, and that is a difference of 38. I'm at 60 meters, so not too bad, not too bad. And this is also on 60 meters, and this is measuring in 10, so that is 10, 20, 30. So this is pretty good. So my GPS reading on the GPR is showing 53 meters. Now I just want to go back to the navigation and go back to recall. I need to select the point memo which I made when I was at home, because I did see a reading of the altitude there. See, it took a reading of 91 meters. So that is very interesting. Just gonna come out of that there. So what I'm going to do now is take a point memo, but what I'm going to do first is start the navigation, because when the navigation is running, it's actually much quicker to get a point memo. So I'm just going to play this out. Okay, taking his time. And I've got now a navigation. Now, I just want to let you know that you can adjust the altimeter using the GPS, and basically what you do is just start the navigation like I did, then you come out of there, and I will set a point memo, mustn't forget. So pushing the mode button again, selecting the altimeter. Now this will can take up to 2 minutes for it to update. So I'm just going to play it out because this is quite interesting for me also, because I haven't done it like what I'm doing now. I've left this for probably nearly 3 minutes now, and it's still showing 53 meters. Here it is 63 meters. So there is a difference. I'm going to reset the difference to 0, and I'm going to leave the GPS running, and I will drive back home, and just to see what the difference is there now this is all being adjusted to the GPS. I just want to come back out of that, and just to see, notice it said please wait. That was quite interesting. So I'm just going to go back to the altimeter and just check it again, just to absolutely make sure that that is getting a GPS update. So there has been no further adjustment, but when I come back out of that, it did have a please wait, if you didn't notice. So back into the navigation, I will take another point memo. So it's just a long press on the crown. It usually only takes a few seconds, and waiting for the icon there. So set icon, and I shall use the same icon and set that like so. Right, so now I have those 2 point memos. I'm going to head back, and I'm also hoping that this will adjust itself back to where I had it at 90, it's around about 99 meters. There's the difference there. So it'll be interesting to see how these two adjust themselves going up the hill. So I'll see you back at home. So on my phone it's showing it's back on 99 meters. And let's have a look at what the old Rangeman has done. Right, that has also done 99 meters. So that's a good sign. And this is now on 100 meters. Pretty good so far. So what is the GPR up to? Let's go out of the navigation there. See, it came up with please wait. Very interesting. And selecting altimeter. So that was me, because I'm using my viewfinder, and I'm wearing glasses as well because I am a bat. So that is interesting. That is now on 92, and a difference of 39 meters. Like I said, I'm going to put all this into my light box and discuss it a bit further. So I'm just going to let that run for a minute or so and just see if it does improve on those 91, 92 meters. It seems that 91, 92 meters is as best it's going to be on the GPR. I'm going to go into navigation, and I'm going to make another point memo, so that would be the third, and I shall play this out because this is usually quite quick. So that's measuring at 91, I saw there briefly. So I shall now set the icon like so. So you've got cars going past because they use our street as a parking for picking up children from the school. Anyway, so I need to stop the navigation there, and what I'm going to do is put everything together and get it into the light blocks and explain it a little bit more in detail, and try not to get you too confused. But so far the Rangeman isn't showing a true GPS a difference really, and I guess that using the pressure sensor, which will be part of the ABC of the watch, and not using the GPS, it probably would be matching the Golf Master and the original Rangeman. So just this is just for test purposes only, okay? So and in real time as well. So some interesting information has arisen, and this is regarding the G-Shock connected app. The longitude and the latitude is different to what I took on a point memo from the Rangeman, and there is quite a difference, and this was when I started. But on the app I used to get the altitude, this is matching what is on the watch. And note that this started off at 99 meters, whereas on the watch this took a GPS reading of 91 meters. So coming back out from G-Shock app, going into where I landed at the car park, that is set, coming out from this point memo and going into the second point memo, and again the latitude and longitude is different, but what's on the G-Shock matches on the phone. That is very interesting. The meters it took, and this took a GPS reading of 52 meters, whereas on the app it took 63. And as you saw on both the Golf Master and the Rangeman, this was more accurate than on the app. Then using the GPS on the Rangeman and looking at the information that's been transferred from the navigation, the starting point when I was at home was registering at 146.8 meters and ended up at the car park at 110.6 meters. So again, this information is incorrect, and along with the latitude and longitude, this is all incorrect. So comparing the altitude, right now I'm at 99 meters and the altitude on the Rangeman is at 92, and I've just done another GPS. I've turned on the navigation, gone into the altimeter and waited several minutes, and I'm getting a reading of 92 meters. So which one is actually giving the correct information? Now I've looked on Google Maps and it is showing at 99 meters. So the altimeter on the Rangeman using the GPS is out by 7 meters. Now this is very, very interesting, and Casio, I hope you are listening. For some reason the data while it's being transferred to G-Shock connected app isn't what is on the watch. So in this short experiment, I must say that the pressure reading was more accurate. But there is also the side where when you're using the pressure reading for the altitude is that you will need to calibrate this regularly, and if you're going up on a climb and hiking, then you're gonna need to adjust this at the points where it is written the altitude. Otherwise, with the temperature and the weather, this does affect the sensor. So maybe the GPS is more sort of accurate on that side. I would be very interested to see what you guys come up with doing a test of your own and seeing if it is accurate compared to an app. I'd just like to cover a little feature that I started on the Rangeman, and this, well, the old Rangeman, and this is regarding the recall setting, where here I've taken a measurement of screen recording of the starting point of 99 meters, and that was the car park measurement at 60 meters. And I've also got the maximum, I have a minimum altitude, and it tells me a combination of combining the ascending and the descending, and note that they're both on 31. So I'm very impressed with how that works. And also I just like to show you how, because some may not know how this feature works. So what do you need to know now? I'm sure you're curious to how I got the flashing screen at the beginning, and it's very simple. All you need to do is press adjust, reverse and the mode button, like so, and you will have a screen like this, and you just use the crown and select basic, and scroll down to MIP, and you will have a blank screen. Pushing the reverse button once, it will go black. Push it again, you will get the lines. Push it the third time, you will get a repeat of black and white. Now, is this review black and white? To me, it is still very confusing why the G-Shock connected app is not getting the information from the Rangeman correctly. Anyway, that is the flashing screen, and as always, thanks for watching.